we'll just give a minute, so that others join. Okay, so continuing with the things to carry again. So backpack and shoes are done. So now I'll talk about layering up for the trek. So this trek, as we're going to camp, and mostly we're going to camp in the open area, uh, layering up is going to be very important. So layering up can be in three different steps. One is during the trek and post trek, and then maybe your probable rainwear or the warm layers that we say. So during the trek, I would suggest is avoid cotton and always wear dry fit material top or bottom that you have. And if not dry fit, those compression material top would come, like which sticks to your skin. So those kind of materials would be preferable, because at certain times it also can get really sunny and hot as well during the daytime. So absolutely avoid cotton, because it absorbs sweat and kind of becomes heavy, and kind of gives you an uncomfortable experience as well. At certain times, if you're gonna walk with that sweaty cotton apparel for multiple hours, it might create chafing as well. So try to avoid that, and use only dry fit or compression material, dry fit material, so that it is good for you. So that is during the trek. And during the trek, as I told you, you will be having both rainwear and your warm layers, so use it as required. And beyond that, what I would suggest is we call something called as extremities in mountaineering. So for us, extremities is like your head, neck, ear, fingers and toes. So these extremities have to be covered at any given point of time. So why? Because even though if the temperature is not low, even if the wind is very high, and if the wind is very chilly, so there is a high probability you might get you might catch cold, or you might get fever if these extremities are not covered. So that's why always keep your beanies or your gloves handy, so that even if the wind gets chilly, you would be able, it will be easily accessible within your backpack, and you will be able to wear it. So always make sure, even when you go to the campsite, you need to quickly change into your dry clothes, because even if you're wearing dry fit or anything, it will be wet. So you shouldn't be in that wet clothes. So quickly change into the dry clothes. So when you go into the campsite, your layered clothing might start with a thermal, and then a cotton material, then a fleece jacket or something like that. So just make sure you are in dry clothes when you go to the campsite. You can also use woolen socks while sleeping. And again, as I told you, beanies and socks and gloves, sorry, that you can use while camping and while sleeping as well inside your sleeping bag. So these are the layered clothing that I wanted to talk about. And as I told you, the extremities as well. When you go to the campsite at any given point of time, should always cover all your extremities, so that the temperature, of course, will go down in the evening, and again, even the wind would be there. So it is always better to cover all these extremities. And apart from this, your travel days are very less, so you can carry as low as much as required for your travel days casual clothing, and rest all would be as per required during the trek days. Apart from this, the important other elements that you have to carry is as you understand, 6 nights you're not going to take bath, so carry enough body wipes, wet wipes, and also toilet papers, as it's going to be a dry toilet. So carry as required, and probably more than enough, so that at any given point of time it doesn't run out. So there are certain times where you might not be able to even brush, because the water would be very cold or something like that. And those kind of days, you can use Listerine or mouthwash, so you can carry that as well. So these are the few things. And if you are like very sensitive towards mosquitoes or any kind of insects, because those are mosquitoes are probable in Gangbal campsite, because as I told you, it's a tropical area. So you can keep some insect or mosquito repellents as well. So that can be also be helpful. And another important element that I would suggest is, you can get a sleeping bag liner. You will get it easily in Decathlon, Columbia, or anywhere. So what happens is, we will be providing you a sleeping bag. So with respect to hygiene, of course, we take care of very good care of all these things, but it is an added hygiene that we always suggest, no matter regardless what kind of hygiene we follow. If you want to actually keep it that way, you can also bring a sleeping bag liner, which you can put yourself on your body first and then get into the sleeping bag. So it kind of give you kind of a cozy feeling that that is your bag and your material, and then you will get into the sleeping bag. So that is one thing. Apart from that, everything else, as we have sent in the things to carry list, you can carry accordingly. Carry enough socks, because every day you would probably have to change socks, and you can keep probably 2 to 3 pairs of woolen socks, which can be used while camping. And you can also get a probably sandal or a slipper that you can use at the campsite while walking around. But if you're wearing a sandal or a slipper, always suggest that you wear a warm socks, so that your feet are, as I told you, one of the extremities, and it is covered. And with respect to fitness and mindset for this trek, this would require a certain level of mindset that you need to have, because this is going to be rolling hills, as I told you. Every day's first half, it is going to be tough. So it might make you feel like it is really tough and something. But once you look at the lake and start going towards the other side of the mountain, you will be very comfortable. So just make sure and prepare your mind that every day, the first few hours, it is going to be tough. After that, it is going to be easier. Even though you're going to walk for 5 to 6 hours, it is not going to be strenuous as the very first few hours. So just prepare your mind in such a way that the very few hours of every day, it is going to be tough. So in that sense, prepare your mind. And with respect to fitness, I guess we are probably 4 weeks away, and nothing new can be done. So what I would quickly suggest you is, wherever you find stairs, start climbing stairs. Do not take lift, whether it is your home, apartment, mall, restaurant, wherever you go. Try taking the stairs. And if you specifically want to do any kind of exercises, I would suggest do stair climbing for 40, 50 floors, and probably a couple of times a week. And maybe after 2 weeks, you can start doing the same 40 to 50 floors using your backpack, probably put in 3 to 4 kgs, whatever you're going to carry. Start doing that. So what will happen is, this will give you that comfortable mindset, and that confidence, saying that this is doable. And also in the due course, it will help you strengthen your leg muscles, lower body entirely, which is absolutely required for the trek. And it will also make your joints, hip joint, knee joint, and ankle joint very flexible, because stair climbing is what going to help you, in entirely doing all these things. So that is one quick tip I can give you. Apart from that, whatever you've been doing or following for this trek or as a daily routine, please continue doing that. And probably around 3 to 4 days before the trek, try to give some rest to your body, so that your muscles repair, and your muscles would be fresh for the trek. So yeah, so this is the brief I wanted to give. So any other questions on things to carry and other things? Again, you can shoot any. Apart from that, also, if you have any other questions, you can go ahead.
Hi, Naveen. Pooja here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am good. I just wanted to know that how many layers do you expect us to wear during the day?
During the day, probably 2 to 3 layers. Again, depending on how the weather would be. If it is bright and I don't think we would be able to wear more than even 1 layer, because it is going to be hot. It's going to be open, right? There will be no shade or anything. It is entirely a meadow kind of a walk. So that is the thing. Apart from that, over that we might wear a layer, like one wind cheater if it is kind of windy, or if it is really cold and not sunny, maybe a fleece jacket. So probably 2 to 3 layers max. That's it.
So bottom would be 1 layer is fine, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hi, Rajesh, this side. What will be the minimum temperature we are expecting there?
During daytime, it could be probably around 15 to 20 degrees, and probably in the evening or night, it might go up to 5 to 10 degrees.
5 to 10. Okay, then it's okay.
So the temperature will also feel like, very low, because, more or less, we'll be camping next to a water source. So that will also add on. Even though the
Okay.
temperature is not low, we might feel cold.
Okay. Due to wind.
Yeah, due to wind and the water source. Okay, so I guess, I've more or less covered all the queries, and even otherwise, if you have any queries, keep shooting it in the WhatsApp group, and our team will be able to help you out. Any other ways also, if you want to reach me out, you can reach me out. So prepare well, pack up your bags, we'll meet. And most probably I'll be there in the route for this batch. So I'll probably meet you guys on 7th. I'll be reaching directly to Sitkari camp. Sir, you have to unmute.
Sorry, I've unmuted. Could you give us the exact location or the address of the houseboat where we have to reach on 6th?
Yeah, sure, sir. I will share it with you.
Yeah, so that because we already are arriving earlier, so then we can come there direct.
Noted. I'll share it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening. Thanks for your time. We'll catch up.
Thanks. Thanks, Naveen. Thanks for the brief.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.